Okay, here we are in the Tuflow video for river processing. We're starting in the command center area. There's the Tuflow button. I'm just going to go back out though to show you where the data that we're looking at in this Explorer in behind here, the shapefile data, is going to end up. We're going to go into plot river layout. Let's just simply do a final plan plot, and it's going to come up with the proposed drawing situation. Click there. Let's get on and do the calculation that we need to do. Waiting for the OS map plan to come in, and then we can quickly change everything. So normally when you come through and do this, this is all going to happen. What I wanted to show you was the end comment, and the reason why this happens while we're looking at it at this point is it's taking those centerline information data. Look at the comment down the bottom. It says Tuflow river centerline files also created, and there's and that we're just going to have a quick look at that. Going back into river processing command center, and I'm going to leave that open there. If we click the Tuflow, we're going to delete all that data. I want to see if it will work. And we're going to say this is what we want. There are help files for Tuflow output and the WKT format, well-known text format QGIS instructions. If we click on that, it shows us what's happening, and it's the first time you run through it. You probably wouldn't need to look at it again. We're going to click this. Now you notice in this area here, everything's gone and it's coming back in now. It's recalculating, recomputing, and re-exporting. Process is completed, and it's got us the 3 rivers there. And there's lots of information in here you don't need to know about or even think about. The information for Tuflow they come in little cross-section form. So you click on that, you will get then Excel starting, and there's a spreadsheet of the data points. But what I want to do is go back to here, and let's just see what happens. We shut this down. Oh, this is what's showing you. If it doesn't work, there's good reasons for it. We're trying to give a QGIS import, and the data should look like the centerline picture there, correct data view. If there's gaps on the centerline, it's incorrect. Let's shut that down, and then QGIS will start. As I say, it's open source, and here would come in quite quickly. It's showing the files that we want. And all I got to do is to drag and drop the 2 bottom ones, river CL underbar 1D, add that in, there it is, and then section 1D, add that in, bingo, it's all there. And so what we've got in here is the data, and more importantly the centerlines, chopped up into chunks. So the lines going across the red center line are the cross sections, and the central river line is going from the south end all the way up through to the north. But critically, it's chopped up, and I want to just show you this here. Let's just read only. And what happens in here is unbelievable amount of data in here. There we are, WKT at the top, multi-line strings, and you can see there, these are the chunks of the river center lines in there. You won't see more data than this anywhere else ever. We won't worry about that. And then the section 1D data, and we can read only that. Again, multi-line data and all sorts of information which we don't need to worry about, but source files. And this is critical for the modelers, as they often they go into. In the past, they were having to manually chop up the the river centre line between the cross sections. And we suddenly came across this, and they said, well, we've got all the data, let's make something work for you. And this is the result, a QGIS file, and I won't save it, but there it is there, the whole set of, it's all in there. There are no gaps, and it starts and finishes on the top and bottom sections. There we are, there's no leakage of the centre line going south. But this saves the modelers days, hours and hours of work which they were formerly doing, and we only came across it by just came out the blue, got talking with these guys and girls, and they very kindly said, look, this is what you need to do. So we had the formats given to us, and somehow Bob, our programmer, managed to create the data that could then be read into QGIS. The whole point being it saves the modelers time, and therefore they're coming back to us because we are creating information that would waste hours and hours of their time. There we are. That's the complex world of Tuflow shown to you. And most of the time you're never going to look at this, but the software does come to this point here where we've got our box. We click OK, and the QGIS software needs to be loaded up, and that is found, I believe, from memory, right at the very beginning here. Options, there we are. We can set the QGIS CAD software, and there it is then. If it's not working, then you've got to tell it that this is where it is, and QGIS bin.x, and so again, somewhat complex, but you can see where we've gone. We're not just jumping in rivers and measuring points in the rivers. We're actively involved and engaged with providing our clients, our customers, the correct and up-to-date and correctly formatted data that will save them hours in their work as they do the complex river, floodplain calculations to create flood consequence assessments and all the rest of the stuff they do, which is beyond us. But we pushed the boundary from just doing surveys into we are specialist flood modeler data engineers in effect. There you go. Thanks for listening.